Hello, my name is Helen Bryant. I'm the creator of Growth Inc. And over these 4 episodes, I am going to help you learn how to make every meeting you have as productive as it possibly could be, where everybody is engaged and into the work and making things happen. I'm also going to share with you things you can take out of meetings to save you time and work in a more productive way. Then in episode 3, we'll be sharing how to facilitate meetings, how to engage people, how to make the conversation keep flowing, and importantly, how to surface different points of view and resolve conflict. And finally, we're going to share our meeting manifesto, how you, me, all of us could make every moment where we come together to collaborate more productive. Think what we could do with 20% extra of our time, and think what we could do if we improve the productivity in each and every meeting that we attend. Want to learn more? Let's get going. Let's start with the most important thing, planning a meeting. Now, throughout all our learning programs, we talk about a framework called CAT. No, not that one. CAT stands for clarity, alignment, and trust. And great meetings have at their centre CAT. People are clear why they are there. They are aligned to that and are ready to work on it, and they leave aligned to the decisions that have been made and ready to do the next bit of work. And there is a high level of trust between the people there so that they are open, they can have good discussions. And that framework I'm going to weave through each of the lessons I am going to share. So when we think about planning, the name of the game is clarity. You and everybody who attends are clear why they are there. What is the purpose of the meeting? Now, high value reasons to meet are to collaborate, to solve problems together, and to make decisions. Lower value reasons to meet are just to tell people stuff, updates. Now, they can be important updates, but you don't need to gather everybody in the room. People could watch a recording of that meeting, or you could just summarize it in a different way. So being clear on why you are meeting and prioritizing those moments that really need the right people in the room to do it are the ones to really make work. And trying to get rid of all the other ones is what we'll be talking about in episode 2. So clarity. What is the purpose of the meeting? The second thing is, when you are clear on why you are meeting, is who needs to be there. And again, you need rigor in thinking about who needs to be there. It needs to be people who work on the thing. Sometimes people just come to hear what's going on. The problem you have is the bigger the group, the less agile that meeting will be, and the less able it will be to do what it is there to do. So smaller groups work better together. And the greater the number of people, the more facilitative you will need to be in including and working to get people from the beginning to the end of the meeting. So it's important you get the right people there and that they know why they are there and what contribution is expected of them. So, for example, you might invite a representative on behalf of a team. Could you come? But what we'll need you to do afterwards is make sure everybody else in your team knows what was agreed, so that you are very explicit in the role they are playing, that they're not just there for themselves. And the clearer you get on who's there and what role they're playing, again, that clarity really helps meetings work well. Now, the third thing to do then is to plan the agenda and work through what are we actually going to do. Now, meetings often default to hours, calendars in the day. I think if you do this well, you can often find this will not take long or this might take a bit longer, but you are allocating the right amount of time to the topic that is needed to be done. So first off, on agendas, focus on the outcome of each individual session and really watch out for, like lazy agendas that say business update, team update. Often, if you ask yourself, why are we having a team update? You actually get to the reason you need that. So, for example, a business update might be actually what we're trying to do here is identify wins and opportunities that we can really learn from each other on. And we're trying to identify issues and risks that might derail us as we progress through the year. And if you are more explicit in your agenda, in telling people that's what you're working on, it will really shape the discussion that will happen in that agenda session. As well as being clear on the purpose of the meeting, be clear in each step of that meeting. If it's a decision, be really clear. We are making a decision on this. And you have to, at the end of the meeting, it really allows you to know, have we done that? Have we made the decision? Are we ready to move on? Or have we slipped into that little world where we defer? So think through your agenda, think through how much time it needs, and think through what are the inputs, how are we going to have that discussion? And then when you're sending that agenda out, if there are a couple of people who you are really dependent in sharing information, can some of that information be shared beforehand so that you're ready to discuss rather than you're using valuable meeting time up? You can be really clear with people that if you do want them to update, it's just a couple of charts and not that thing when you're running a meeting and someone gets up and you have no idea how many slides they're about to put up. They're going to put on their PowerPoint. And you're thinking at page 18, we really need to move along. Be prepared. Don't go into that. Get that person really clear on agree with them what the best way of doing that kind of agenda item or mini session within the meeting is. Make sure at the end of your agenda, you have that meeting summary. So just in case you've missed anything, you've really captured the actions and you can restate and everybody leaves completely clear what it is they need to do. So in summary, planning a great meeting is knowing why you are having it, being really clear on the purpose of the meeting. It is then on getting the right people in the room or on the screen to have that session. It's about keeping them short and as focused as possible by managing your agenda and aligning individuals to it and focusing on outcomes, not inputs of how the meeting runs. And it is keeping it completely action orientated so that at the end, everybody leaves totally clear on what it is that needs to be done next. What you'll find, especially on virtual meetings, the more that you are clear, the more people will not be able to multitask. Again, one of those things people often say is, especially virtually, where you don't really know what people are doing, when their screen's off, the more focused you are and the more clear individuals are, the more engaged they will be. And as a consequence, they won't be off doing something else at the same time. The shorter you keep meetings, people will be more focused. So this rigor in the planning builds trust, it builds accountability, and it really helps the team come together to solve problems. So what if you improved each and every meeting that you attend? What if you just improved 20% of them? Those really annoying ones aren't working well. What would be the benefit for you? What would be the benefit for the people you work with? And what would be the benefit for the organization? How much more could you achieve with that extra time? How much more could you achieve with the time in which you are in the meeting? So spend time thinking about the agenda and the planning first. In the next episodes, we'll talk about how we can free up other time through this. But this is our challenge. We want to improve our meetings, and we have to improve our meetings because we are facing such challenges. And we want to succeed with those challenges, and improving these moments we come together is so important. In the next episode, we will talk about how to remove things completely out of the meetings. So look out for that. If you found this useful, please share it with others. Please like and subscribe our channel. It really helps other people find us. But until next week, goodbye.